Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to turn dreams into billions? This is not just a story of wealth, it's the journey of a man whose success hid a secret deeper than gold. If you're ready to uncover the price of ambition and the power of love, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Noah Carter grew up in a small town where dreams were often just whispers in the wind. His family wasn't wealthy, far from it. The house they lived in was modest, with peeling paint and creaky floors that echoed the struggles they faced daily. Noah's father worked multiple jobs to keep the family afloat, while his mother managed the home with a quiet strength that left a lasting impression on him. From a young age, Noah understood that life wouldn't hand him anything easily. But unlike many around him who gave up or settled for less, Noah dreamed big. He wanted to prove that one's origins didn't define their destiny. With a notebook full of sketches and ideas, he would spend late nights planning a future far beyond the confines of his town. School wasn't easy. Resources were scarce, and many classmates didn't believe in ambitions that reached beyond the local community. But Noah was different. His teachers saw a spark in him, and he used every opportunity to learn. He devoured books, stayed after classes to ask questions, and worked part-time jobs to support himself and contribute to his family. The community often whispered that Noah was foolish to dream so big. "Why aim for the stars when you can't even touch the roof?" they'd say. But Noah never let those words shake his resolve. To him, every challenge was a step toward something greater. The turning point came during his final year of high school. Noah applied for a scholarship to a prestigious business school far away. It was a long shot, but he believed in the power of his determination and the strength of his story. When the acceptance letter finally arrived, it felt like the first real victory of his life, proof that success could be within reach. Leaving his hometown was bittersweet. He was excited for the new journey but deeply aware of the sacrifices it meant for his family. They saw in his eyes a fire that wouldn't be extinguished, a fire fueled by hope, grit, and the promise of a better tomorrow. At university, Noah faced new kinds of challenges. The world was bigger and more competitive than he had imagined. Surrounded by students from wealthy backgrounds, he often felt like an outsider. Yet, this only pushed him harder. He juggled part-time jobs, internships, and countless hours studying to keep up. Every failure, every sleepless night, only strengthened his determination. Noah knew that to break the cycle of poverty and make his mark, he had to rise above every obstacle. Little did he know, this humble beginning was only the first chapter in a story that would soon lead him to unimaginable heights, and to a challenge that would test his heart like never before. Noah's life was changing fast. From the struggling student to a promising entrepreneur, he was making strides that few from his background could dream of. But life, as always, had its own plans. At a high-profile business conference, where investors and young talents mingled, Noah met Ariana Kingsley. She was everything he wasn't, born into wealth, confident, and unapologetically ambitious. Ariana carried herself with a regal poise, her sharp eyes observing everything with precision. She was known not just for her family's fortune, but for building her own reputation as a formidable businesswoman. Their worlds couldn't have been more different, yet Noah found himself drawn to her. It wasn't just her beauty, it was her strength, her intelligence, and the fire she carried inside. Ariana, on the other hand, saw something unusual in Noah, an undeniable spark of resilience and passion that money couldn't buy. Their first conversation was a clash of ideas and pride. Ariana challenged his views on success, telling him frankly, money changes everything. If you want to be serious, you need to be rich first. Noah, never one to back down, replied, success isn't just about money. It's about what you build, who you become. Over the following weeks, their paths kept crossing. What began as heated debates turned into long conversations over coffee and late-night calls discussing visions and dreams. Ariana's challenge echoed in Noah's mind every day, prove you're worthy. Become a billionaire, then maybe I'll consider you. For Noah, the challenge was more than just about winning Ariana's approval. It became a symbol of everything he wanted to achieve, not just for her, but for himself. He vowed to prove that his humble beginnings wouldn't hold him back. But the deeper Noah fell for Ariana, the more complicated things became. Ariana's condition was clear and cold, yet it hid a vulnerability she rarely showed. She had seen many suitors come and go, attracted to her wealth but not to who she truly was. Her challenge was a test of sincerity, but it also built a wall around her heart. Noah knew the road ahead was tough. The pressure to become a billionaire wasn't just about business success, it was about breaking into a world that wasn't made for someone like him. He would have to fight prejudice, ruthless competitors, and sometimes, his own doubts. Meanwhile, Ariana watched Noah's progress with a mix of curiosity and caution. She admired his relentless spirit, but a part of her feared that success might change him too much, just as it had changed others before. Their relationship was a tightrope walk between respect, ambition, and unspoken feelings. Every achievement Noah unlocked brought them closer, yet every obstacle threatened to push them apart. And through it all, Noah carried a secret, something about his journey and the sacrifices he made that even Ariana couldn't yet see. As the challenge loomed larger, Noah realized that success alone might not be enough. To win Ariana's heart, he would have to become someone worthy, not just in wealth, but in truth and integrity. Noah Carter was no stranger to hard work, but nothing had prepared him for the uphill climb he was about to face. Ariana's challenge, become a billionaire first, echoed in his mind every single day, fueling a fire that burned brighter with each setback. Starting from scratch in the ruthless world of business was brutal. Noah poured every ounce of energy into building his company. Sleepless nights became his norm, and sacrifices piled up. Friends drifted away, and the familiar comforts of his past life faded into memory. Noah's first startup was a modest tech firm focused on affordable solutions for small businesses, a nod to his roots and a passion to empower others like himself. But early success was elusive. Investors were skeptical of a young entrepreneur from a humble background. Doors closed in his face, and competitors tried to outmaneuver him at every turn. Yet, Noah's determination was unshakable. He learned to adapt quickly, taking every failure as a lesson, every no as a stepping stone. Slowly but surely, his company began to grow. His innovative ideas attracted attention, and soon he landed his first major investor. Ariana watched from a distance, her interest piqued. Noah's progress was undeniable, and though she never said it aloud, pride mixed with something deeper, admiration. But their relationship remained complicated. The distance between their worlds was still vast, and Ariana's challenge hung like a shadow over every interaction. Behind the scenes, Noah battled more than business rivals. The weight of expectations, the loneliness of ambition, and the fear of losing himself crept in. He sometimes wondered if the price of success was too high. Yet, every time doubt crept in, he reminded himself of the promise he made, to prove he was worthy, not just for Ariana, but for himself. Years passed. Noah's company transformed into a multinational enterprise. His name appeared on business magazines, his face on billboards. The boy from a small town had become a billionaire, exactly what Ariana demanded. But success came with its own secrets. Noah hid parts of his journey, compromises he made, moments he lost to ambition, and sacrifices that cost him deeply. These truths were buried beneath the glittering surface of his empire. When Noah finally returned to Ariana, the air between them was charged with expectation. He had achieved what she asked for, but the real test was yet to come. Would success alone be enough to bridge the gap between them? Or had the very journey changed Noah in ways neither of them fully understood? Noah Carter stood at the threshold of a new chapter. He was no longer the boy from a modest town, he was a billionaire with a sprawling empire and the world at his feet. Yet, despite the sparkling facade of success, something inside him felt heavy, a truth he had long buried beneath layers of ambition and sacrifice. When Noah met Ariana again, the moment was electric but fraught with unspoken tension. Ariana, now a powerful businesswoman herself, looked at him with eyes that searched for the man behind the wealth. "I see you've become everything you promised," she said, voice steady but laced with challenge. Noah smiled, but it was a guarded smile. "I did it for you, and for myself." Ariana's challenge had pushed him beyond limits, but as they spent time together, cracks began to show. The distance between them was not just about money, it was about who Noah had become. The relentless chase for success had changed him. Some of the kindness and innocence he once held had faded into pragmatism and guarded walls. One evening, Ariana confronted him. "Noah, I don't just want the billionaire. I want the man I fell for." That hit Noah harder than any business setback. The truth he feared to face was now staring him in the eyes. His success had hidden the truth of his soul, the doubts, the loneliness, and the sacrifices that left scars deeper than anyone could see. He realized that the challenge Ariana gave him was never just about money. It was about proving his worth as a person, someone who could love, be vulnerable, and stay true to himself despite the glitter of wealth. Noah knew he had to choose: keep hiding behind the armor of success or reveal his true self, risking everything. He took a deep breath and shared his journey, the struggles, the nights he cried in silence, the times he almost gave up, and the people he lost along the way. Ariana listened, and in that moment, something shifted. They both understood that success is not just measured by wealth or titles. It's about staying true to who you are and being brave enough to show your truth. The twist came when Ariana revealed her own fears, the pressure of her family's legacy and the loneliness of living up to impossible expectations. Their stories intertwined, showing that beneath the surface, they were more alike than different. Together, they decided to build a partnership based on honesty, respect, and shared dreams, not just on wealth or status. Noah's success was real, but what truly mattered was the courage to face the hidden truths and the choice to embrace love in all its complexity. As they walked forward, hand in hand, Noah knew that this was the real victory, not the billions, but the freedom to be himself and the chance to love without masks. Success isn't just about the numbers in your bank account, it's about the courage to face your truths and love without fear. If this story moved you, hit like and subscribe to join us on more journeys where real victory lies in being truly yourself.